flames, we emerge from the hurt we learned. I was shattered, bruised and torn, left alone to rebuild, reborn. You took my voice, I took the pain, but now I rise, I'm breaking chains. I'm the phoenix rising, can't you see? You can't break me, I'm finally free. I found my fire burning bright. From the ashes I claim my life. Ooh.
Welcome to Phoenix's Rising Academy. I'm Coach T, and remember, your blessings are in your ashes. Today is a bit thick, so bear with me. Bear with me. But today we're talking about what I call jump ins and walk ins. And in some occult circles, that's what they're called. It's not necessarily what I call them, but it is accurate. Because there are moments when other people's energy, grief, or unfinished business tries to slide into your space, and that includes your body. Remember the movie Get Out as we're discussing this. Okay, just remember the movie Get Out. So here we go. This is episode 19, Jump ins and walk ins, not welcome. Every empath or survivor of coercive control knows that freedom doesn't always end the influence. Even when you leave physically, the residue can linger. That's what I mean by a jump in. It's someone's energy still alive somewhere else, pressing into your energy field, your aura, your key, because they can't let go. They might be obsessed, angry, or envious. They might have open doors inside themselves they can't close. But whatever their reason, you feel it. Weight on your chest, tingling skin, strange dreams, or even a sudden sickness or a sense of being watched. Like there's a presence. Like almost you can smell somebody's breath. And when you look behind you, there's no one there. Science would say it's trauma looping. Spirit says it's intrusion. Either way, it's real to the nervous system. When I lived at the Peachtree Inn on Ninth and F in San Diego, the air was very heavy and thick with witchcraft, paranormal parasites, entities, past on the streets, homeless people. 2 years in that single room building felt like 2 decades. So much pain packed under one roof. You had people who were in addiction, mental illness, rage fits. We had child molesters and rapists. And if you're sensitive, you start to absorb it. There was a homeless man who used to circle the block near my window. Thin hair, wild, eyes gone. He would mumble to himself, every once in a while, pacing in slow circles. Most people just crossed the street. And I ignored him at first until I started noticing that the same vibration I felt in my apartment at night, the same smell, the same tension was coming from him. I kept wondering, why does this presence feel familiar? Then one day it clicked. The heaviness that had been lying beside me in my bed, the pressure that made me sit up at night, especially when whatever this entity was, and I could tell that it was a masculine, but they urinated on themselves. I realized that it matched his energy exactly. And the only reason why I realized that was because he had been kind of following us, me and my fur babies. And I had been picking up on, or picked up my meditation and doing, clearing my chakra, clearing my ori of all witchcraft attacks, etc., 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 chanting my mantra. And so a lot of people, I guess, who, were starting to get irritated around me because they weren't able to connect and siphon. And I was shocked because he was one of those people. Here's a homeless man that I have never met before who had been projecting himself into my room at night. And he wouldn't be the first. So it was as if his consciousness was trying to be in two places at once, right? He'd lost his grip on his own body, and pieces of him were still wandering around trying to find home. Around this time, old questions started resurfacing, things I had asked the Most High to reveal within those 2 years were suddenly unfolding before me. It seemed like things were coming full circle. I was seeing the consequences of what people do when they tamper with energies they don't understand. Some residents there had chased power and ended up consumed by it. I believe that that's part of why so many were homeless in this area. It was just a conspiracy of mine, but I realized that everybody who was around there was very familiar with the peach tree, and even the people who were housed seemed to work for the management at the peach tree up until 2, 3, or 4 o'clock in the morning. Um, so I do believe that that's why there were so many homeless, because these guys were engaging in occult practices and not being told the repercussions. And some of them were already mentally unstable and sick. So they were lost, not only in life, but in spirit. I could sense when someone had tangled energy. As a seer and empath, my body would echo their pain, their illnesses, their confusion, their exhaustion. Sometimes it showed up through smell, sometimes a sudden weight in my limbs, or pressure on an organ, or my head, back, lungs. When you're that open, other people's chaos will look for an entry point. And hang on. So here's what I learned through all of that. Not every haunting is supernatural. Sometimes it's human desperation without boundaries. When people refuse to face their wounds, their energy becomes restless. It leaves home and looks for a new host. That's what I call a walk in. And if you don't guard your peace, you can end up carrying someone else's unfinished war. Movies like Get Out gave language to that feeling, the sense of someone trying to live through you or live as you. It's a powerful metaphor for how possession really works in our world. Not by magic spells, but by people projecting their unhealed need into others. Once I recognized it, I took my body back. I fasted, I prayed, I cleaned my space, inward and outward, and reclaimed my focus. Because these invasions thrive on distraction, when you're scattered, you're easier to enter. When you're centered, you're untouchable. Almost. Your spirit is your house. Only you get to decide who crosses that threshold. So guard it with rest, laughter, clean eating, deep breathing, and creation. Create something every day, even small, because creation reclaims territory. That's how you keep your field yours. Living under energetic invasion or emotional enmeshment drains the mind, the body, and the faith that you're safe inside yourself. You start losing sleep, creativity, and confidence. Every crowd feels heavy, every silence feels watched. That's why I compose sound therapy albums, music designed for energetic reset and nervous system repair. You can go and listen on our YouTube channel at Starseed Sounds, one word, on YouTube, or you can download at payhip.com/ Phoenix's Rising Academy and go through our journals and our albums and like Sanctuary of Scars, Sisters Keeper, and Breathe Again. Our sonic shields built to help survivors clear residue and return to stillness. Let them play while you rest. Let them remind your body it belongs to you. If today's reflection resonated, subscribe to Phoenix's Rising Academy so you can listen wherever you are. And follow us at Phoenix's Rising Academy, of course, here on YouTube, but on Substack and our X account. And please visit www.phoenixrisingacademy.com for courses, webinars, and more survival tools. From the ashes we rise, from the soul we lead. This is Coach T, and I love you.